What's up, guys? After many requests from different users, I finally picked up this topic. Today, I will be discussing about Teams app development. This is how the agenda of this tutorial looks like. First, a short definition on what is Teams app and different types of Teams app. Then I'll care to explain different ways of creating and publishing Teams app. This video will be the first video of the complete Teams app development tutorial. Throughout the tutorial, I will try to guide you how you can use Power App, Teams Human Generator, and the third option, which is Teams Toolkit, to create apps in Teams. I will explain them in brief little later. Later in other videos, I will try to cover how you can set up your projects using Human Generator and Teams Toolkit and how you can publish your apps in Teams. While doing so, I will try to explain each of the important files you should know about in the scaffolded app project, which you get through Human Generator and Teams Toolkit templates. Then in the end, I will show you some of my sample apps I created while exploring all the options. I will also share some tips and tricks from my experience. Last thing I would like to share with you guys is the latest developments in Teams Toolkit from Microsoft side, which are of course in preview but should be available soon. So let's start. What is Teams app? In my layman definition, anything which enables you to do which you cannot do with out of box features is Teams app. According to Microsoft, Teams app is a combination of different capabilities which enables you to achieve a requirement or a feature which doesn't exist already in Teams. And there could be different functionalities which you can achieve through Teams app, and based on that, Teams apps are categorized into 6 different categories. Those are tab, personal app, bot, message extension, meeting extensions, and webhooks. I will explain each of them in a brief little later in this tutorial. But for now, let's proceed to understand how you can create Teams app. There are 3 different ways you can create Teams app: using Power Apps, using Human Teams Generator, and the last one is Teams Toolkit. Power Apps is a low-code way of creating Teams app. With Power Apps, you can build business apps that connect to your business data and are tailored to your organization's need. Human Generator is a code-based way of creating Teams app. Just like we create SPFX WebPart at present using Human Generator, we can also create apps for Teams using Human Generator, but that is called Team Human Generator. Then we have Teams Toolkit. This is the newest way of creating Teams app. Just like your Teams Generator, this is also a framework based solution where you get a scaffolded project by default, but not using Human Generator. Microsoft has recently launched it, and you can use Visual Studio Code, or you can use actually Visual Studio itself to generate already scaffolded projects by choosing some templates on the screen. For this video, I'm going to present how you can start creating a Teams app that is based on low code Power Apps. So without wasting any more time, let's go to the Teams view. Here is my team web client open in the browser. Now let's start building an actual Power App in here. So what I did was I made a brand new team here this morning. There is nothing in this team, so you could see the entire experience. So the first thing you need to do is you can go over here. You're going to find Power Apps and click on it. If you're coming on this page for the first time, you will not see anything in the recent apps. Now from here, if you'll go back to any other tab like Teams or maybe Chats, you may lose Power Apps, and in that case, you can again go here and search for Power Apps and click on it. And the best thing is that you can right click on it and pin it. As in my case, I have pinned it already. Now, if you're creating it for the first time, you can click on Start Now. Here, you will have to select the team where you want to publish your app. In my case, I'm going to select this Power App Teams and then click Create. So the idea here is that they need a minute because they are going to provision an underlying database called CDS or version, the common database service, and they're going to pull all the pieces in place so you have somewhere to store and save your data that is not SharePoint or an Excel spreadsheet or SQL or anything. So once it has completed all its stuff in the background, it will take us onto this Power App Studio within the team itself. So please mind it, this is not the browser which is opened. It is basically the complete Power App Studio experience open within the team. So here let's give a name to our app, Power App Demo. Once you have named your app, it will show you an empty screen like this, where it will ask you to choose the layout. How do you want to basically proceed with your app? Proceed with the layout or with the data? So let's say for this demo, I'm going to select with data. And I don't have any pre-existing table, so I'll just create a new one for this app. I'll name it students. So this is how it's gonna look once your table is created. You probably don't need just one column, and how you can create more columns is just click on this plus button and put the name of your new column. So let's say it is age, and it should be of type number, and that's it. You got a new column. So similarly, I'm gonna create more columns for my table students. So as you see, when I try to create a column called photo where I want to have the pics of my students, I don't see any type image here. So what I'm gonna do is just skip it for now, and I'll show you later how you can still get image type columns. But for now, I'll proceed with other types. Once it is done, I can create the rows here. For example, that's it. And I can create many more other rows here within this table. Or if you don't want to create each row one by one, what you can do is copy your content from an Excel and create the corresponding row here and paste it. That is also you can do. For now, I'll stick with one row and close it. So later, if you want to add more rows to the table, you can always go back to the data source and select your table students and right click and click edit. This will open the same window again and take you to the previous pop-up where you added your first row, and you can add more rows here, but there is a richer experience where even more features are available. So let's check that out. I'll close this and go to build, and here I generally click on see all so that I get a beautiful experience where you get all the tables on the left side or all other features on the left side and corresponding apps on the right side, and you can select. For example, here I can go to the tables and select which table I want to add it. So I'll select students, and here it shows all the columns which this student table has. So you can already see there are so many columns which I did not create, which kind of comes by default with the table as soon as you create it. But if you get confused at any point of time that, oh, where are my custom columns? What you can do is you can go to the drop down and select custom, and this will show you only your custom columns. And here also you can add your columns. So what I'm gonna do is I'll try to click an image column here, and see you get many more options here rather than few options which you got there in the back, got there back in the pop-up window. I'm gonna select image here, and then let's check it out. What is the advanced option says? I think it's just the maximum image size which you probably want to refine. So I'm gonna keep it like this and click on done and click on save the table. Probably you're not going to use this whole view for your simple app or for this table, but the idea behind showing this is to share all the knowledge which I have around this topic, and probably in complex app which you might going to work on in the future, you will use this. So now let's go back to our app. On the right side, I still don't see my image column. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this form, and we'll try to include image as well. There is no photo at the moment because there is no photo stored for the student at the moment. So what we can do is we can just save it, give it a little shot, try to run it in preview, click on edit to edit this record, and this will ask me the picture I want to upload. I'll select the picture and save it. And I see the picture quality is not so good, and the picture on the gallery is also not updated. So let's see what is wrong. Oh, it's a simple image. So we'll change this. Now we got the picture on the gallery as well, but the quality is still so poor. If you check, this image is a data card actually, which contains photo. And if I'll go to advanced, it is kind of locked already, so I have to unlock it to check the options which I have to improve the quality of the picture. And if I go to default and if I click on photo dot, I have full and value. So let's select full and it improves the quality of the picture. You can already see that the previous picture was kind of a blurry image. And basically, it's a thumbnail image which Power App creates by default. The same thing you can do in the gallery, and that's it. Save it and give it a try, and you will see. Similarly, if you want to add more records, what you can do is you can click on new record. So let's save this. So once you are done with your app, now to share this app with the other team members, what you want to do is to publish the app. Once you start getting app to a team, then you kind of stick to that team. But of course, once you are publishing it, it will give you an option to select the channel. I already have a channel called general. I will click on plus button. This will give me Power App Demo tab, and I'll select save and close. Now if I'll go to my teams, in the general channel, I already get Power App Demo tab, and I'll have the complete team here in the tab itself. Now from here, I can share my app with other team members. Of course, they can contribute and they can create more records here according to the permissions. Mind it, if you will delete anything here, it will give you a pop-up like this. You sure want to delete this record. Once you'll click delete, you cannot recover it. It's not Azure, it's not SQL, it's not SharePoint where you have recycle bin. So once you click on delete, it's gone. And this kind of get you the first app to you to start with and build many more other apps in the future depending upon your requirement and your business needs. In the end, I would like to tell you there is one more way to publish your Power Apps in the Teams. In case you don't know already, what you can do is you can directly go to Power App Studio and go to Apps and select the app which you would like to publish in Teams and then click on Export Package. This will ask you to name your app. Here you can say Power App Demo. Power Demo, that is also fine, and then click on export. Clicking on export will download a zip package of your app, and once the download is completed, what you can do is you can go back to the teams and click on apps here on the left navigation. In here you can do upload custom app. Select what you want to do. Upload, you want to upload the app for your entire organization or just for your team or yourself. I'll select for me or my team, and then from here you need to select the zip package which you have just downloaded. Once you click on OK, you will get options to publish your app in the Teams, or you want to have a personal view just like all these apps on the left navigation have. For example, this App Studio, this Power App has a personal view on the left navigation. So you will have a personal, you can also have a personal view for your Power App here. So that is all for this video. I hope you liked it. In the next videos in this series of tutorial, I will be talking about how you can create apps using Human Generator and React.js, or using Teams Toolkit using React.js. And if you think that excites you more, then please stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. Until then, goodbye.